Hold on. Let me get my button. Okay.
I got problems putting the buttons on. Kevin, you should be able to fit two of you in that thing.
New Haven style pizza. Come and take a seat. A pizza, it's time to eat.
Here we are, episode 56 of Charred New Haven Pizza Show. It's Kevin Begley, Frank Zapsky, in our new studio again. We still got to decorate a little bit on the walls, Frank. It's like when you move into a new house, and you're like, we got to put some stuff on the walls.
I got lost. I got to tell you, I was late. I was only late because I couldn't figure out where the heck this place was.
Oh, right, because we usually record it in the other room.
Yeah, I went immediately to the other room, and I'm like, oh, Nicole's not here. And I'm like, well, man, I know we said 8:30.
You had to come back to the studio layer, back here where all the radio stations are.
Yeah, and I didn't know I had access to back here, so I saw someone coming in, and I'm like, well, there's no keypad, so I just kind of wandered around here, and I found it.
I was joking when I came in because I feel like you're here every day now. We had a meeting yesterday about this week, about our first official meeting of year 4 of Connecticut Pizza Brew Fest.
Can't wait.
So exciting, right?
Can't wait.
You know, coming off the high of the previous year, it's like you have the recap meeting, and then you really don't. I mean, we talk about it because we're doing the podcast, but as far as all the other people involved, you don't really talk about it again until right around now because you're like, wait, we got to set a meeting for this. Are we doing it again? What's happening?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing that, we're already talking about the next one, and to think that this is year 4.
Yeah, it's crazy. I got my shirt on.
Yeah.
I think this is from year 3. The one that we made like the concert shirt. Yeah.
Because I remember, 3-4 years ago when you kind of emailed me and said, we're thinking about doing this pizza fest. Would you be interested? I'm like, well, sure, I'm interested.
Yeah. And now here we are, year 4, and it's gotten huge. I mean, we were it's funny to think back to all the things that we've done over the first 3 years. But just to think how successful it was last year with so many people, and it's a good problem to have where you have a lot of lines because you're like a lot of people showed up. You know what I mean? We talked about mitigating that with getting some more pizza trucks, and we're still in the early planning stages. But yeah,
we're just lining up the pizza trucks. So if you want to be at the festival in your pizza truck, give me a call. Frank at NewHavenPizzaSchool.com or email. So we're getting our trucks ready. We're getting the breweries ready.
Yep.
There was some talk yesterday, I think, about wine, right?
Yeah, we thought about, because we've always done the stations that are seltzers or beers. But when you think about like pizza in Italy and like wine makes sense, to go along with a lot of these, what you're eating at the Pizza Fest.
Right.
So we're in early talks with that to see if we want to, expand the beverage options a little bit. We're just trying to get bigger and better every year, trying to, make it better than the last year.
We're trying to add some winos.
And we did announce the save the date is July 18th.
Right.
Which is a Saturday. Now, that's always tentative. So, pencil it into your calendar. But, you never know. If maybe pizza trucks get busy. So maybe that's a bad weekend for people. But that is the tentative date at the Hartford Healthcare Amphitheater in Bridgeport. So, and then once we solidify the date, that's when we'll put the tickets on sale. Yeah,
definitely. And I've got, again, New Haven Pizza School is going to be doing a 1-hour how to make New Haven style pizza demo.
Oh, yeah.
And I got something really cool this year that I'm going to do an uni class.
That's awesome. That's so cool. As someone who cooks in the uni, that's great. A lot of people have requested that actually.
Yeah.
On the Facebook group that you have, and just in general to do a class about it.
Yeah, a lot of people have asked me, and I've been telling them every year that I was going to do it. And I've done one actually at my old office, but now that I have tenants, I can't do it anymore. But there's a lot of people who want to make New Haven style pizza in the uni, and I tell them that you got to dance with it. And when I say uni, any portable oven.
Yeah.
Uni's kind of a general.
Right. There's a lot of them now.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So if you want to learn how to make really good New Haven style pizza in your portable uni/outdoor oven, check it out. And it's free.
And then we talked about we're going to do a live podcast.
Correct.
So we're going to do Charred live from the Connecticut Pizza Brew Fest, where we'll have guests, from some of the pizza places that are there. Anyone we can kind of pull over to the podcast, we'll have some fun special guests to interview, which is so exciting. So, in year 4, we'll finally do a live podcast from there.
And we're going to have a live band, music all the time, beer. I mean, it's just like, if you're a pizza lover, you got to be there.
Yeah. So like we said, it's in the early planning stages. We had our first meeting this week, and then, we'll have a bunch of meetings leading up to it. We'll obviously let you know when we have the date and the tickets go on sale and all that. But ConnecticutPizza and Brewfest.com, that's where we'll constantly be updating on there and all the Charred socials and everything. So yeah, definitely getting excited. It's a couple months away, summertime.
And I think most people know this, but it's at the amphitheater.
Yep.
Which, if you've ever been to the amp, is just an incredible venue.
Oh yeah.
Parking right across the street. You don't have to worry about it. It's safe around there. There's a lot. I mean, it's just there's no reason not to go.
Yeah, it's gonna be fantastic. So can't wait to tell you more about it once we start solidifying all the details. Now, speaking of pizza events, Frank, you were just in Viva Las Vegas. Tell us about it was the Pizza Expo, right?
I swear to God, I can't make this up. I never got out of Eastern Standard Time. So it's 3 hours behind there.
West Coast,
so
yeah.
Every morning I got up at 3:30 in the morning thinking it's 6:30.
Yeah.
And so I'd wait around a couple hours, but all the 3 or 4 days I was there, I went for a walk like 5:30 in the morning. And it's really cool. But I will tell you, and I kid you not, that I met Elvis.
The real Elvis.
Well, I don't know about the real Elvis, but he looked like the real Elvis. I was walking down the street, and I don't know if he recognized me or noticed me, but he rolls his window down, and he's dressed up in Elvis, and he says, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "Elvis."
You never know. Maybe it was the real one. Did he look old?
He looked kind of on the young side. He wasn't driving an Elvis car.
So you did a demo, right?
Yeah, so I did 3 different things. I went there to judge pizzas. So there's like 5 or 6 different categories of pizza. People from all over the world come to compete. So Tuesday when I was there, I judged for 5 hours. Wednesday I was there, I judged for 5 hours. I had a talk about instilling entrepreneurship into your pizzeria.
Oh, nice.
And then the best part for me was Thursday was the last day. Pizza Today, who puts on this International Pizza Expo, they're the major pizza magazine in the whole world. They asked me to do a demo about New Haven style pizza, but the cool part about it was they made this like 70s or 80s pizzeria. Like this little...
for you to present? Like for you to do the thing?
And not just me. There were a bunch of other people before me. But it was really cool. It was like this small little intimate setting, 35, 40 people. They had these round tables with chairs, the old deck oven, and they did a really good job.
That's great. Now, did you have to bring all your supplies out there? How do you do that?
It's not easy.
Because when you do your thing like at the Pizza Fest, you have a lot of stuff. You got these, you got...
Right. Yeah, so it's really good. I can't describe how big this place is, and there are so many ovens. But to answer your question, a lot of the ingredients and equipment all literally gets pumped into the convention center.
Oh, okay.
So there was flour and not the special water that we always talk about. And ironically,
what's the Nevada water like?
Just spring water. But there were 730 people that came from all over the country, and they didn't use the special water.
So they have stuff for you already to present with.
Yeah, so the competitors have a whole huge, like half a football field area with tables set up, and they do all their prep. There are mixing machines. There's flour, there's water, there's yeast, there's all kinds of toppings. There's everything that you could possibly. They basically create a kitchen.
Yeah, and and this is only pizza industry people, right? It's not like pizza fans.
Correct. Pretty much people who own pizzerias, people who sell flour, mixers, sheeters. Yeah. But it's a huge event, and it's overwhelming. Like I haven't gotten out from just being back on Friday or Saturday. Everything in Las Vegas is huge.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
I actually walked right around the Sphere, which is really cool at night, and being so close up to it. I actually got you something from there. So take a look on your left shoulder.
Over here?
Yeah, right there.
Hold on. This?
Yeah, this. So it's a little bit big. But it's what I could get.
I thought it was going to be like the Sphere that you brought me.
Oh, no, not the Sphere.
Whoa.
So I got you Pizza Expo. Yeah.
Oh, yes. This is the one you have.
Yeah. Again, it's a little bit on the big side.
What size is it?
Extra large. But they're small.
When I'm cooking pizzas, like I like to have it be a little roomy. Hold on, I got to put it on.
Look at you, kid.
So The sphere, I left a comment on your Facebook page that I feel like they always make it something different. They should have made it a ball of moots or a pizza oven. They could have made it look like a dome pizza oven.
I can only imagine what that would have cost.
Hold on, stand by.
Here we go now.
Here we go. Let me get this over here.
Look at you, kid. That doesn't fit bad.
It's not that bad.
No.
Wait.
Button it up, man. Button it up.
You got to tell me, like, how do you? I
usually start with the top button.
Okay, so you
go
top
down.
button,
Yeah.
top button up here, like this.
Yeah, because if you don't go top button, you sometimes you won't align the top. So
I'm not used. I'm getting what do they call it? Anointed.
You got your jacket. This goes the chef jacket.
Here we go.
Chef's coat. You got your coat. It's official now.
So like this? Is it?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, look at you, kid. Look.
This fits. I'm taking the
Yep.
tag off. All right, look at that.
Boom. It's
there
official.
we go. Now we got to open a
Boom.
pizzeria.
Oh, no.
Nice.
I'll help you open a pizzeria, but ain't no way, Frank.
Well, thank
Frank's
you very
doing it.
much,
You're
Frank.
welcome.
This is awesome. I'm going to wear this when I make pizzas at home in my uni.
Good.
Yeah, I love this. Awesome. All right, so hold on. Let me get my button. Okay.
I got problems putting the buttons on. Kevin, you should be able to fit two of you in that thing.
I like it. This is like it actually fits really, really great.
Yeah.
Because it's like just a little roomy.
Yeah.
I'm into it. Thank
See?
you so much.
Good, you're
That's
welcome.
a nice gift.
You're welcome.
Okay, so the sphere. So you were walking around, saw the sphere. You did your demo. When you're judging the pizzas,
Mm-hmm.
is it like different styles, different rounds, or is it just overall like the best pizza?
So it's all the above. There's tradition. I'm going to give you a quick rundown. We don't have enough time to go over everything, but there's traditional, non-traditional. There's pan pizza. There's this thing called Classica, which is a Neapolitan pizza, but it breaks all the Neapolitan rules. And for people that know Neapolitan, true Neapolitan, it's very strict. Dough ball size, what tomatoes you could use, what temperature you could use. So this kind of breaks the rules. And I can't even pronounce it. And I'm probably going to, there was a division called Daya or Daya, Daiaya. So it's this non-dairy cheese kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
So I did some of that. And what else was there? Best cheese slice.
So do you just take a bite to like judge it, or do you eat a slice? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, so it's interesting. And as you do more, you get better. But the general rule of thumb is, so first of all, there's a score sheet that we have and it's all blind judged.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know who I'm judging, and the people who are making the pizza don't know who the judges are.
Nice.
So there's this room, about 5 or 6 tables of 3 judges each, and we all randomly get pizzas. But to answer your question, we got to fill out the score sheet. And some of the, appearance is one of them, crust is another, balance is another.
Okay.
And it's a scale of 1 to 10. The hardest thing about being a judge is being objective.
Yeah.
And so that's the biggest challenge. And the cool part about it is that when you put the score, you could also put notes, feedback for the people.
Yep.
But I generally take, and most people do the same thing, literally because like I think I judged 120 something pizzas in the 2 days I was there, 10 hours. I take a bite of the tip and of the crust.
Nice.
Now what I do, and just because I saw people do this and it makes sense, is, taking a bite of the tip of the pizza is pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
But when I taste the crust, I rip a piece of crust off. I don't put any sauce, toppings in it, because I just want to taste
the
the crust.
consistency.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So what I would do I usually like I'll take a bite, like you said, of the tip, like right as you eat a slice of pizza, and then kind of like crunch it with a little bit of the pizza, like half pizza, half crust.
Yeah.
Right at the top. So I get both of those.
Everyone's got their own thing, but for me, I want to taste the crust by itself.
Now, was there a pizza that you didn't think you were going to like when you saw it, and then you were like, oh, this is actually pretty good?
Yeah, so there was one pizza, it was in the pan division, and it was kind of a Detroit type of pizza, but it was a dessert pizza. So it was like apple cobbler.
Ooh, that sounds good.
And it was really good. The unfortunate thing was that a lot of the toppings fell off, so we had to give them a little bit less.
Gets a little crumbly.
Yeah. Like literally when I went to pick it up, a lot of the stuff fell off, but the taste was amazing.
Yeah, that sounds good.
It was really good. And, it had like this like syrupy crunchy, crusty stuff on the top and the apple. You know, it was just amazing.
And it's places from all over the world or the country or world,
All over
right?
the world.
International. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Most of it.
probably 80% of the people come from the United States.
Yeah.
Or Canada, South America.
Yep.
But, you know, we had people from, I think, Australia, Italy, India. You know, it's an incredible melting
And
pot.
were you the only person from Connecticut and like the Northeast, do you know? Or was there other people from?
So there was another gentleman there, Michael Andrew from, I think it's EDS or ES in Avon.
Oh, nice.
He was there. But outside of that, I think I was the only Connecticut judge, him and I.
Nice.
You know,
And your presentation went over well? People were into like the New Haven style, like the class you did?
yeah. Right before my demo, there was a New York style demo.
Oh, that's
So
funny.
I was sitting in the doorway, and we were going back and
Yeah, everyone's
forth.
probably talking about like the rivalry. And...
Yeah. But it was good. I think
That's
half
great.
the people that were in the New York stayed for the New Haven. You know, I had probably 30, 35 people, a lot of questions. You know, I had them laughing as usual. And, you know, we just learned.
Yeah.
So I just did a real quick demo, you know, in an hour, really 45 minutes that I had.
That's awesome. Well, if people want to see photos and stuff, you have it all up on your Facebook page on the
Yeah,
group.
all about New Haven style of beats.
Yeah. But so it looked awesome. It seems like something that you'll do annually. Like you've been a couple years now, right?
Yeah, you know, it's actually, so Pizza Expo is once a year. I believe it's always the third week in March in Las Vegas. And now they have a new thing. I forget exactly what they call it, but it's Pizza Expo in Columbus. And that's mid-year. So that's going to be in October.
Columbus, Ohio?
Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's fun. So
And I went last year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
And before that, it was in New Jersey. But New Jersey's, if you ever been to Atlantic City, no good. So I think that got voted off.
Nice. Well, that's awesome. That's a good recap. I'm glad that you represented out there, represented Connecticut and Charred and everything. So, yeah, sounds like a good time.
One last thing that was actually even amazing to me. So I did a bunch of, sample pizzas before my demo.
Yeah.
And I had people who never had New Haven style pizza, and they're like, "Oh my God, this is amazing." And I'm not saying it because I made the pizza, but the style. It was like, you know, there's so many people out there that don't know about New Haven style.
Right. That's something we kind of forget because we're so close to it, you know, especially us because we're talking about it all the time. But like that there's still people in seeing someone try New Haven style for the first time is amazing. Like seeing their reaction, their honest reaction, because we don't get to see that a lot here because everyone's had it around here. But yeah, it is fascinating that there's a lot of people who've just never, there's people who've never even heard of it, never mind, never tried it. Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, I think, you know, at least for the New Haven style, we're definitely on an upward trend without question. And I think when people actually taste what we make, it's mind-blowing.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Nice job.
Yeah, thanks.
Pizza Expo, International Pizza Expo. So we're recording this on April 1st, April Fool's Day. It comes out Friday, obviously. So when you're watching and listening, it is Friday. But April Fool's Day and pizza, you know, there's some pranks going on. There's a little bit of joking on the pizza world. I saw you put up something. Explain your April Fool's joke.
Yeah, so I put up something about the fact that I accepted a full-time job at Domino's, taking New Haven-style pizza to the world. And, you know, I think I tried to make it as non-joking as possible. And, you know, some people just got it right away, and some people, they were like, "Oh my God, congratulations, thank you." So
to be honest, the more you think about it, like it actually isn't a bad idea. Like if Domino's said like, "Oh, we want to have a New Haven style version of Domino's," even if it was just regionally for like the tri-state area, that's actually not out of the question. You know, so maybe it will lead to something else. Maybe someone from Domino's will see it and be like, "Hey, we should call this Frank guy."
Well, truth be told, not last year, because I didn't go to Pizza Expo last year. I went there the year before. I was sitting out in the lounge after I'd done one of my seminars or something like that. And there was a gentleman from, I believe, Papa John's who came up to me and asked for me for my card because he said they were considering doing the style.
Oh.
Now, I never heard from him,
Right.
but it was kind of pretty cool.
Yeah,
you know?
that's funny. I have a April Fool's pizza story from here in Connecticut. So when I first moved here in 2012,
Oh boy.
right before I moved to work at the radio stations, at the time, people might remember this if you were around back then, living in Connecticut, we launched a website called ctboom.com. And this was in the era of BuzzFeed and like all these like listicle articles, like the 17 reasons why driving on the Merritt is crazy. So we wanted to create a Connecticut version of like a pop culture kind of entertainment website. So we launched it. We had a bunch of writers. We made memes, videos, like all of it. So like a year into it, it was April 1st, and I was like, I got to do something to because remember, a site like this at that time, those sites have kind of gone to the wayside now, but we
cutting
were
edge.
Yeah, we were trying to like go viral, we were
Sure.
like, what can we do to get page views? Like that was all we cared about.
Yeah.
We got to get eyeballs on this site. So I'm thinking to myself, and I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? And I'm not going to mention the place. It's a famous New Haven pizza place. It's one of the big ones there in Worcester Street. I'm not going to mention who it is because it was a disaster at the time. I said, I'm going to put up an article because remember, I had just moved here. So,
You were green.
I sort of knew the history of it, but didn't really know how passionate people actually were. And so I was like, people like these pizza places. I'm going to put up an article that says that they closed after all these years. Like New Haven is done with pizza. The theme of the article was like, New Haven doesn't like pizza anymore. And I said, they're actually closing. Now, I put the article up maybe at like 9 a.m. By about 9:45, I started to see some traction. And I was like, oh, this is awesome. Like people are, and then one of the bosses called me and was like, what did you post? And I was like, what are you talking about? And they're like, what's the article about the pizza? And I was like, oh, it's an April Fool's joke. And they started getting calls from the pizza place, from the news media, from all these people. Like, what is happening? Now, the article, I wrote a fake article and then I left like some space and you had to scroll a little bit. And then it was a big stamp that said Happy April Fool's Day. So I thought I was being good about it. Come to find out, it was I had to immediately take it down. We had to apologize. We had to do this whole thing because the other part I didn't think of is that the pizza place was getting phone calls. Their phone was they couldn't keep up. It was just busy with people calling, wondering if they were closing.
Yeah.
And they were trying to keep up with the regular calls they're getting for orders, and it was a disaster. So I did a full apology. All of it. I mean, if you really want to research it and see, I think some of it is still up online if you want to Google it. But yeah, I learned my lesson. Let's just say that. I learned my lesson of April Fool's Day that day.
You almost were looking for another job.
and that website doesn't exist anymore. So
But
what does that teach you?
the funny part about it is a lot's changed in 10 years. Even bad press is good press.
True.
I've been around a couple of restaurants that have announced closings, and talking to the owners, they basically told me that from the time that their closing was announced to literally the day they closed, they had record sales. So it's kind of like, well, it might not be a bad thing anymore.
Yeah,
but,
right. Yeah.
And, I always see furniture companies are notorious for this. Closing, going out of business, all these signs.
Yeah, 50% off.
Right. And then they just say, oh, no, we're going to stay in business again. So.
Yeah. Right. And that was actually part of my argument. I was like, well, I mean, better to have the phone ringing off the hook than not ringing at all, right? Like, hey, they're going to get some business out of it, and they didn't want to hear it.
No.
It was also mostly the company that they used as like a PR firm or whatever. They were the ones who were the most mad. But yeah, it was crazy. So yeah, crazy times. It was over 10 years ago, so I feel like I can now talk about it. Another thing coming up this weekend, obviously Easter Sunday. Yeah. Easter Bunny, big day, a big day for eating too. Everyone has Easter brunch or Easter dinner. And one thing I was thinking of, because Easter ham, I'm a big ham guy on Easter. I like an Easter ham. You don't like ham? So you probably don't like ham on pizza, I'm guessing.
We're heathens at my house. Heathens.
So would you... Okay, so you wouldn't eat a pizza with ham on it, because a lot of times what goes with ham on pizza most times.
Pineapple.
The pineapple.
Yeah, no. So couple things. One, we're not big ham people at my house in general. And I think I was burnt with ham because my mother used to give me boiled ham sandwiches all the time, and I did not like
You
them.
hated it?
The only way I was able to eat the boiled ham sandwich was I actually put potato chips on there because I had to cut the taste. Yeah.
I like it if it's like a little crispy. It's got to be more like a bacon consistency. You know what I mean? Like, like pancetta or like that type of thing. But just straight up ham on a pizza, I'm with you. Like I like ham, I like pizza, but it doesn't need to go together unless it's like crispy, like bacony ham.
Right. Yeah. So the one thing I will tell you, and it's interesting that you brought this up, is there's me, my daughter who still lives at home, and then my son who lives in Boston. He's coming home for Easter. Not that we're super religious, but just to kind of come home.
Yeah.
But they all asked me to do pizza on the grill.
Oh, are you
our
gonna do
Easter dinner is pizza on the grill.
Nice. So like, what kind are you going to make? Special kinds, or just the normal what you usually make?
Yeah, I usually make a mozzarella. I'll make a white broccoli ragout garlic.
Ooh, that's good.
Probably a bacon and maybe one other pizza. But when I first started seriously getting into this about 2010, I started with pizza on the grill.
Yeah.
A buddy of mine, Richie, kind of clued me in onto this here. And the way he showed me and the way I do it is I literally put the dough right on the grill. Like no pan, no nothing.
So right on the grates.
Right on the grates.
Yeah.
So when you flip it over, it's got the grate marks. And then I put sauce on it and cheese and all the other stuff. And the trick to the pizza on the grill is that you got to put it in the broiler when you're done on
after the grill?
Right.
Okay.
Because as soon as you open up the top, doing any kind of pizza on the grill, whether it's a traditional barbecue pizza on the grill, green egg, Traeger, that top heat is immediately going to be lost.
Yeah, true.
So you put it underneath the broiler
crisp it up a little bit.
There you go. And
okay,
it's money. That's money.
Right. So the grill does the cooking in the bottom, and do you like par bake it at all?
No. So I generally will, and it's one thing that I actually use a rolling pin on.
Oh, okay, to get it nice and flat.
Yeah, I roll out the dough real nice, put olive oil on both sides, and I literally take it, I put it in a sheet pan, I walk it over to the barbecue, I throw it on the barbecue, and I stretch it out a little bit. And then once the bottom kind of sears, so to speak,
yep.
Rises a little bit, gets a little bit crispy or crunchy, I flip it over immediately.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so I guess that's in essence.
That's what I was thinking. Would the dough sink through the grates? But I guess if you roll it out and then you flip it, then then that's perfect.
The trick to the pizza on the grill is that you have to use the absolute lowest setting you can with the gas.
Oh, good
or else
tip.
you'll basically, flame it.
Burn right away.
It'll burn.
Yeah.
It'll literally burn.
So so if anyone wants to do that on Easter, there's the way to do it. You got to take some photos too, so we can post them.
I will.
Yeah, of the Easter pizzas.
I don't want to walk all over your ham thing. It was a good segue, but
no, that's what I was gonna ask you next. Are you gonna make pizza on Easter? So yeah, it was perfect.
Yeah, I think that is gonna be our Easter.
Yeah.
Because my kids don't like ham, they don't like turkey, they all like the pizza, and we're just gonna chill.
And an Easter dessert pizza. Maybe you could do like a chocolate bunny pizza.
Cannoli.
Oh, cannoli. Are you going to do that? Yes. All right, take a picture of that too. Wow, Easter at Frank's house is going to be delicious this year. Nice. All right, so that's all we got for this episode. And our next episode, we're probably going to try to go to a pizza place, another pizzeria, and for episode 57. But everyone have a wonderful Easter. Hope maybe you're having pizza too. Maybe you're having ham. Maybe you're having ham on pizza.
Pizza.
All right, we'll talk to you next time. Hopefully you didn't get fooled on April Fool's Day this week either. And Frank, thank you for the Pizza Expo garb.
You're welcome.
All right, remember, it's not burnt.
It's charred, baby.
New Haven style pizza. Come and take a seat. A pizza, it's time to eat.